During last weekend, which was also the Easter weekend, we planned a road trip from Dallas, Texas to Las Cruces, New Mexico, and the total distance covered by car was 676 miles. Though New Mexico is rich in its diverse topography, but we wanted to see only the white sands. But unfortunately, this video will not include the White Sand National Park that we visited. Rather, we'll concentrate only on the road trip. Stay with me and keep watching to view the experiences we had. We started at about 7 a.m. in the morning on Friday. It was dark outside, the temperature was soothing, and we were about to travel by car for at least 15 hours. I can't drive, so I was just concentrating on making some videos and clicking some good pictures. When we started on Friday, we had no idea how much exciting this trip would be for us. Like any other trip that we had earlier, this time also we packed our homemade lunch and breakfast and had to spend very little on food during the trip. Of course, during the travel we ended up buying something that we liked, but we did not need them. As you know, Texas is a big state, so when we were traveling towards New Mexico, most of the traveling was within the Texas. This is the season for bluebonnets, and apart from bluebonnets, we also saw other beautiful flowers of different colors. Along this route, you can see a huge number of windmills and oil refineries. We could see the process of oil extraction from the ground through machines. On our way to New Mexico, we had to stop 7 times. Well, it might seem to be too much for a single trip that you are stopping for 7 times on a row, but you need to stop at every 2 hours or 100 miles in order to relax and drive safely. As we were heading towards New Mexico, the landform suddenly changed from grasslands to mesa, where you can find hill rocks and lack of vegetation. On our way, we found some houses which were abandoned, and this area is actually not inhabited by many people. At a gas station in Fort Davis, we had to stop our car for refilling, and we could see a different kind of geographical region there. It was hot and arid desert, though it was in Texas only, but we could not find any similarity with the place where we stay. After this point, we entered into a new time zone, that is MDT. Mountain Daylight Time is a different time zone, and in Dallas we follow Central Time Zone, which is 1 hour ahead of Mountain Standard Time. We started this trip on Friday, and that day was cloudy, but suddenly the sun showed up and we could see a mesmerizing view of the small hills and plateaus. This entire trip to New Mexico was for 3 days, and we had to book a room in La Quinta Inn. Sorry to incorporate this here, but we had a very bad experience of this. At first, the receptionist did not know which room was vacant, and we were given a key to the room where already there was a person in there. Next, we were allotted another room where the AC was not working. When we complained about that, the receptionist had no idea which room had a working AC in it. So she gave another key to another room, and when we shifted to that room, we saw there was no fridge, neither a microwave. So we had to go to them again and ask for those things to be shifted from that room to our room, and we had to shift all our belongings also. As I was telling about the change of room and transfer of our stuff from one room to another, along with our stuff, this microwave oven and this fridge were also transferred by the hotel staff. There was no TV remote, the flush in the toilet was not working properly, and obviously there was no change of towels and all regularly. This hotel was situated in Mesilla in New Mexico, and although its location was quite good because there was McDonald's, there was Walmart, everything at walking distance, still we consider it to be a bad decision to book a room in this hotel. On Saturday we visited White Sand National Park, and on Sunday we were coming back. Apart from the diverse landforms, we were also surprised with the type of vegetation that we perceived in this trip. There were cacti as well as coniferous trees. There were dry branches without leaves as well as the trees full of green leaves. Both Texas and New Mexico are the border states. This is why there was a stretch where you have to choose the particular road to reach Texas from New Mexico, and if you choose the wrong way, you will end up going to Mexico. Once I was getting confused with the directions, and I was just thinking, even if by mistake we would have gone to that direction towards Mexico, then we won't be able to get into that country because we were not carrying our passports. Since it is a border area, so security control was high. There was a checkpoint where we needed to stop, and the cars which were coming from Mexico were checked thoroughly. We were just asked to pass through, and there were cameras everywhere. In this trip, we enjoyed the natural beauty, but along with that, we enjoyed something that we never expected to be present in US. In short, this can be described as a touch of India, but as you know, US is inhabited by a lot of Indian people, so you can find Indian stores, Indian restaurants, Indian shops everywhere. But still, I will show something that we did not find earlier in Texas. There was a truck stop at Van Horn, Texas, and we had to stop there for refilling, and obviously we had to eat something for lunch on that day. This place was somewhat different from other places in Texas because of the ground color. As you can see, it is white. And as we entered the shop nearby, we were really surprised to see so many things which really reminded us of India. And the best part was that none of the things were actually the product of India. They were all imported from Mexico. Apart from these hats, all of these things were so similar that when I was roaming inside the store, I was having the feel like, are we really in Texas, US, or we have gone to West Bengal, India? The store not only included the items which are made of leather or fabric, but also included some decorative items, and we saw some showpieces that depicted the North American tradition. One part of this store was full of this kind of items, and another part was made to be an eatery, and this eatery was not the typical North American restaurant. It was a Punjabi dhaba. Yes, that's true. Just like any other Indian roadside dhaba, everything was the same there. In between these two parts, there was a corridor, and there were photographs and slot machines placed, and these photographs were up for sale. As you enter this place, at first you will have the usual sitting area, and after that you will find something totally different. No, we did not order for makai di roti and sarson da saag. We ordered for chicken curry, rice and dal makhani. And while we were there having our food, we saw a lot of truck drivers who were Punjabis, and they were really communicating in their native language. So we were having the feel like from West Bengal, India, we had shifted to Punjab, India. But definitely this cannot be Texas. Because in Texas, if you're going to find an Indian, that person should be either Gujarati or South Indian or Bengali. Definitely not so many Punjabis you can find here. After this, again we started our journey towards home. And while coming back from New Mexico, we stopped only for 4 times, not 7 as we did while we traveled towards New Mexico. As you can see, the landscape was so beautiful and we were enjoying the beauty of nature at that point of time. The sun was shining bright and we had clicked some good videos and photographs there. This was the last stop that we made, and here we saw the sunset. At this point I was so tired that for the rest of my journey I just slept inside the car. So that was the end of our memorable road trip towards New Mexico and coming back. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you will be there with me in my next video, which is coming for the tour inside the White Sand National Monument, which is now known as White Sand National Park. Thank you.